After watching some of my videos, you may be wondering, how can I make stop motion videos? Well, today I'm going to go through 5 tips when it comes to stop motion. Also, I'm going to answer some of your questions. To go straight to the tips, skip to this time. So, your questions. The most common question I've seen is where I get my models from. I get mine from 3 places: eBay, boot sales, and the aircraft model store. eBay and boot sales are great for getting models cheaply. There's always a risk of damaged models or pieces missing. The aircraft model store isn't sponsoring me, but if anyone from over there is watching, please contact me. They have a large variety of options and great customer service. I'll leave my friend referral code in the pinned comment. It should give you £2.50 off your first order. And how did I get that cockpit perspective is another common question. For that, all I did was open up Microsoft Flight Simulator, take a screenshot, make the windows green, push this button, and it's done. Another common question is how I film my takeoffs and landings. The answer is simpler than you may think. All I do is zoom in enough so that the wingtips are out of frame and hold them whilst I take the video. Let me show you. Now, a couple of questions to do with the airport itself. Number 1, where did I get it? Well, I made it myself. I just got a thin board, painted it grey, got some paint pens and drew in all the lines. And number 2, how did I add the grass? Well, I went on Amazon, found the cheapest fake grass, cut it up and glued it down. Now it's time for the stop motion tips, but before that, a word from my sponsor, that big red subscribe button. I'm sorry. Quick editing note, all these tips are based on my experience making model airport stop motion. If you are thinking of trying some other type, like Lego, these should still apply, but may need to be adjusted slightly. Comment any questions you have and I'll give you my advice. Now back to the video. Number 1. Have some sort of camera stand. If your camera moves around, videos end up looking like this. The reason this video looks so shaky is because I took it without holding my camera steady. Here's another clip. Notice how everything looks so much smoother. That's because the camera isn't moving. Number 2. Move the subject evenly. What I mean by that is if you move the subject 1 centimeter in the first frame and 3 centimeters in the next, videos end up looking uncoordinated and the subject moves unpredictably, which does not add to the illusion of realism. Here's an example. In this clip the subject moves around in a weird way, not looking realistic, but if we were to move the subject evenly, we get this much nicer looking result. On the topic of moving the subject, number 3 is move the subject according to your frame rate, as in, move the subject enough so that it doesn't look too fast where frames are visible, breaking the illusion, or too slow where the subject takes too long to move across the screen, creating a boring video. I normally record in 12 frames per second, or 12 FPS, which is half of the standard film rate, which is 24 frames per second. I'm going to show you 3 clips. One of them is slow, one of them is fast, and one of them is normal. Which one looked the best? Clip 2, see how easy that was. To see what's the best looking clip. This shows the importance of finding the correct ratio between movement distance and frame rate. Number 4, lighting. Natural light is your worst enemy. The constant changes in light create a terrible video. Here's an example. Look at how the lighting affects this clip. And here's another clip without natural lighting. Much better looking. Lastly, number 5. Plan your videos. It seems so simple, yet it is so important to creating a good video. You don't need to write a 10-page essay for a plan, but having at least a general idea of what you want to add in your video is important. Also, having a plan allows you to come back to an unfinished video months later and remember exactly what you were working on. So, quick summary. Keep your camera steady, move the subject in even motions that work well with your chosen frame rate, remove all natural light sources, and plan your videos. If you decide to make stop motion videos, you can share them with me via this email. And if I get enough submissions, I'll make a video rating them and giving you tips. You can also find the email in the pinned comment along with a friend referral code. I hope you enjoyed, subscribe.